Hey everyone, this is Jake, and today we are going to be talking about the SR units within the counter side. And game is almost out for 2 weeks now, and by this time you probably already realized that SR units are very important in this game, and especially certain SR units, you can't really play the game without them. So in this video we are going to go over the SR units that I think, the ones that you definitely do not want to miss, and if you have this SR units, you want to invest into them. So let's jump into the video and talk about all the SR units within the counter side that you really want to invest into. First on the list we have is the Hilde. The SR version of Hilde is actually really good because she is able to give nice attack boost buff for your entire party with her passive skill. Now, it is limited to counter units, but most of the time when you're doing PvE contents, you are going to be utilizing counter units a lot. So she is very good for the 3 costs. Not to mention, she have all these different skills to give her more tanking ability with her special and ultimate skill. So Hilde is also farmable, so you can farm her fragments and get her to level 110. And trust me, she is one of the best units out there when it comes to 3 cost units, so you definitely do not want to miss out on her. And she got pretty nice setup skins as well, so if you really want to invest into her, go for it and you will not regret it, in my opinion. Next in the line is another character that you can farm with the side story for the fragments, so you can get him to level 110 pretty easily. He is Shiyoon. So Shiyoon, the SR version, is very unique as well because he has ability to counter attacks, and this works really well in the raid and many different contents. So Shiyoon will definitely work really good early on, even with something like consistent raid and such. You will be finding him very useful, and you're gonna have to have him in every single party. His gear option is not really important as well. His weapon is pretty decent, but you can run it with any sets, because when you start to run him in the party, he will get enough skill haste from other supporter and such, so he can counter every time the skill charges up. He's also really good in danger close, which is a future PvE content coming out, which is pretty challenging. So I'll make sure to invest into him, and he'll be really good in pretty much every PvE situations. Next in the line is Roy, and I put on nice skins, so we'll just say her now. And she is definitely one of the best SR units within this game when it comes to PvE contents, because she is able to apply the debuff. She can do the debuff with her passive skill, and she is also able to do defense shred with her ultimate skill. She is definitely one of the best units in the game, and she got pretty decent counter case gear as well, so if you want to invest into her, yes, she is going to be pretty good, and she definitely has one of the best skin in the game, one of my favorite right now. So yeah, invest into her, and honestly you will not regret it. So yeah. Next one in the line is a little bit questionable and definitely not something you have to invest into right now, but in the future you probably want to consider, because some contents you can use her and she is pretty useful. She is basically a supporter class that she is able to heal you a little bit, and she is able to give you barriers. So not a bad character, but definitely not good as other SI character I'm going to mention next. And I mentioned just now, when you get the duplication units for her, I will definitely invest into her and get her to 110 eventually, because she will come to some uses in some of the challenge dungeons in the future. Evelyn is definitely one of the best units in this game, and she also got pretty nice skins. She is better than pretty much other SSR supporters out there. She's able to heal, she's able to give a damage resistance with her special skills field, and she is able to heal you with her ultimate and give you additional attack boost. So Evelyn, if you don't have her, farm her fragment, get her to level 110 and whatever, because she is one of the best units and you really want to max out pretty much all her skills. Next in the line is Shiyoon, and she is one of the best units in the game as well when it comes to PvE contents, because she can give you costs back. And she's the only unit who can give the cost like this. So she is very important, and you definitely want to get her to a level 110, because she usually sits at the front as well. So any extra stats to make her a little bit tankier is always helpful, so make sure you invest into her as well. And she also got the nice skin as well, especially summer skin is pretty nice, the boob jiggles and such, but anyways. Next in the line we have China, and she is definitely one of the best SR units when it comes to PvE contents, because she only costs 2 costs, and she is able to refill your cost with her passive skill, and with her special skill it is kind of randomized, but she is also able to give some nice attack boost to your certain units. She's the type of character you can probably leave it 100 and don't have to worry about it, but I just did it because I played for a long time, so there's that. Eddie is another character that you definitely want to get. You can farm him from the Orca stage, and you definitely want to invest into him because he is pretty crazy. He is able to give counter units additional buff. He can give them 10% damage resistance as well as 10% attack boost, and he can also give to the soldiers as well. So he's a no-brainer unit for 2 costs. so he's a very good way to boost up your party damage as well as bit of damage resistance. Then we have Sobin, which is one of the best DPS class within this game despite being SR units, and when you fight against mechanic enemies, she will do a lot of damage to them. So make sure you invest into her and she will just melt through pretty much all the mechanics out there. Next in the line is another OP units for 2 costs, Admin Shieldman, and this thing is just busted. Invest into it, it's really tanky, it's going to help you in a lot of PB content. This makes that SSR Soldier Defender pretty useless because he is much better for 2 costs, so just invest into him, it's going to be much better. Then we have Admin Rifleman as well, and he is one of the best DPS units. You definitely do not want to miss out on this units. Now unfortunately it's only from the gacha, but you will eventually get it, and whenever you get it, just go for all the way. You will not regret it. This thing does so much damage to defenders or any other characters out there, and he's pretty damn cool, so invest into this guy and you will not regret making that choice. I would even say go for fusion cores on him because that's how good he is. Next is 5 SR units, are the ones that you can't get in the global server yet, but you definitely want to look out for in the future whenever you get them. Tarrasque, you can farm from the side story in the future, and she is able to give nice defense shreds to your targets, and she also have a barrier on herself, making her pretty tanky for the 3 costs, so you want to invest into this tank and you will find it very useful throughout your PvE experience. Monet is very unique because she has a skill seal and she's able to seal enemy skill, and this works on bosses as well. So she can utilize the skill seal to certain level until certain raid levels and such, so she is going to be very crucial and useful in those tactics. So when you get her, you definitely want to use her and she is going to help you out very big time. And Minwoo is another SR Soldier Defender units, and he is pretty tanky and he's pretty good, and you can farm him from the event. So you definitely want to farm his frag down the future. He's definitely a lot less useful right now within the Korean server, but he is still used within certain PB compositions and such. So you do not want to sleep on him. Whenever you get him, you want to farm his fragment, and he is pretty tanky and very good. That's just another unit that you can farm the event as well as the side story, and she is one of the best SR units within this game. She is an SR counter unit that can shred, so she is really good and you definitely do not want to miss her. And like I said, you can farm her as well, so make sure to get her to 110. Her damage is actually not bad either, so that's what surprises me. The better gear you get on her, the better she becomes, so you definitely want to invest into her, and her story is pretty amazing and you want to get skin as well. So that's her basic art, which is pretty good, but the skin is another level. There are a couple other SR units that's pretty useful as well, but I think they're definitely not that important in the long run. So as of right now, these are pretty much all the SR units that I still use to this date within Korean server. And trust me, when you after maximizing their gear sets as well as skills and everything, you will just find this unit so helpful and just carry you through many different contents. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. It's Jake. I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.